2007 or 2008, it made the 2008 Trial Lawyers Story of the Year. Seems that there was a man over in North Carolina who had a major weakness. He loved to smoke expensive cigars. He should have known better, huh? But oh, he just craved them. Problem was he couldn't afford them. But he wanted them so bad, so he saved his money and he decided that he would buy 2 dozen expensive Cuban cigars. Price tag, $24,000. Well, when you make that kind of investment, he felt like he ought to get it insured. So he insured those cigars for things like theft and damage and fire. Well, he sat down and he smoked them all, and then he turned in his insurance claim stating that they had all perished in a series of small fires. Well, of course, the insurance company didn't want to pay that claim, but it went to court, and the judge said, "This is the most ridiculous case I have ever tried. But that insurance policy is ironclad, and you're going to have to pay the man his money." So they wrote him a check for $24,000. And he took it to the bank, and just after he cashed it, there were federal agents there waiting to arrest him on 24 counts of arson. Sometimes justice is served, isn't it? But it's sad to say in our country and many parts of the world, justice is not served. I heard of another case recently where a man went to prison for over 20 years for something that he knew he was innocent of. And when it went to court, the judge refused to admit the evidence that would prove his innocence. And so he went to prison. And for over 20 years, they kept trying to get a retrial. And finally, they were granted a retrial. The evidence was allowed, and it was proven beyond doubt that he truly was innocent. But the most amazing part of that story, when they interviewed the man after he was released, he said, "I don't know why God allowed me to go to prison for 20 years. Maybe there was someone there I needed to encourage." I think that attitude is a miracle, don't you? Well, there is another court that's in process even as we meet today. And that court is in heaven. But there will be no mistakes made. And for those who have surrendered their lives to Jesus, when we look into the face of our defense attorney, it's Jesus himself. How could we lose? And not only that, but as he stands before the judgment bar and pleads, "My blood, Father, my blood," the Bible says the Father has committed all judgment into the hands of the Son. So not only is Jesus our attorney, he also is our judge. There's no way we can lose. The Bible gives that truth in many different ways, and one of my favorites is found in Leviticus chapter 25. Every 50 years in Israel, when it was a theocracy, they had a special year. They called it the year of Jubilee. And in the year of Jubilee, all the slaves were set free. All those who had gotten themselves into debt, the debts were canceled. If they had sold their family farms, all the farms went back to the original families again. I think we could use some of that today, don't you? Well, Jesus is our Jubilee. He takes our debt and pays it. He sets us free from the slavery of sin because his love is so great.